Gemini, good morning, how are you? Are you targeting, going to target or practice or target practice or targeting someone? Or Tanya, the name Tanya or Tara, alright. But targeting, they keep saying like I'm targeting someone. Or taunting someone, sort of like taunt or torrent. Some of you are downloading illegal music torrently. But like torrents or torrents or Taurus. Taurus, I'm hearing all of the T's. T. Taurus. But the one thing that came up for you guys, if you haven't seen this channel before, I channel from the Akashic and then we'll look into some tarot for you. But what I was hearing for you for a start was to do with like targeting, but it was also to do with I'll put a spell on you. And this is what I didn't really want to talk about. Because I'm hearing like something's being targeted, like trying to target someone, or like feeling as if someone's being taunted or toyed with, also toit, someone's very toit, or tie from Thailand, or a necktie, looking for a tie and a suit and a tie. It might be for something that you've got coming up. Like I said, it could be an event of something, or Evie, or Evie, or Devi, or Devi, or something like that, but some kind of event that seems to be coming up, okay? But I am definitely, so like a suit and tie, something that could be coming up, I don't know, it could be a funeral or something like that, but I don't know, suit and tie event, however you want to relate that to Libra. So however you want to relate this to a Libra. So they're saying that this could be involving someone around Libra, or a job interview for some of you that you have to go to. It would require you dressing up and going to it, because I'm picking up dressing it up. So some of you are going to a hospital or something like that, or you've got hospital appointments, or a job interview that you may have around the NHS or a hospital, and so you're new to this, is what they're saying, that you're new to this, and that you may have to like go and buy some clothes in order to go for an interview. But I don't know what this is to do with a gown, a dressing gown, or a gown is what I'm picking up, like Down syndrome. Also picking up someone that can have Down syndrome here, Down syndrome, or Downs, hand-me-downs, down. They keep saying down under, or Darren, or D, anything beginning with D, devil. So if you haven't seen this channel before, again, if you haven't checked out the numerology reading, you can relate a lot of these to an energy of Capricorn, because it would also be a 6. So if you haven't seen that video and you are just interested in why some of these may be relating to a water Capricorn energy, it's because you also do relate to as a 6, okay, which is numerology. Gemini 6, Capricorn also 6, okay. So it's just how I read. Something to do with reading something, like somebody's read something, or on Reddit or something like that, is reading something, a tarot reader, or you are a tarot reader, or you want to be a tarot reader, or everybody wants to be a tarot reader, or everybody wants to be something, is what I'm hearing. Or something, Stephen King, Steve, yourself, Gemini Moon. But I'm definitely keeping up like targeting something, or someone feels as if they're being targeted. Now the only reason why I got slightly disturbed doing your reading for a start is because the first thing I was trying to connect with and said, okay, what messages have we got for Gemini to get me started, was I put a spell on you. So I just need to make this fully aware, right? Just to make everybody fully aware and try to calm people down a little bit. Anything that you do to try and get rid of your karma, so if you're doing rituals in any form or manner of whatsoever, if it is raising awareness of dark energy, it is also classed as a ritual, right? So it means witchcraft. So if I pick it up, right, and people are doing things like natural, like, okay, I need to do all of this writing to get rid of my karma. I need to like buy candles and like set it off to the moon because of the blood moon and everything else, and I need to do a ritual for like meditate, wait till the moon hits a certain degree, write it down, burn it on a candle, set it off. That's also classed as witchcraft. So I'm just making sure that people know that. If anybody also teaches you how to get rid of witchcraft, that is also somebody that's teaching witchcraft, right? So I just need to make that perfectly clear for everybody, that if anybody starts picking up energies of like witchcraft and all this kind of thing, right, that might be because somebody is doing that kind of thing in order to get rid of something, which means me. So I don't do that, but somebody might be targeting me, or something to do with targeting, or like, I don't know, target. They keep saying Tara or target, but I don't know, like bullseye. But that is a 2. That's Libra in here. that is somebody that's throwing a knife at a bullseye, okay, in the Witch's Tarot. But like something to do with that, something to do with around Libra. I don't know if any of you guys have got an involvement of Libra or Target, or someone that works in a shop, basically on a general level, just works in a shop at Target or like a general superstore or something like that, being targeted. But yeah, definitely I wanted to make sure everybody, I was going to do a video on this. It's obviously going to like really annoy some people that want to believe in all of that, but like I said, some people, they teach you how to like get rid of your karma, how to make dark energy better by conjuring up energies and then pretty much, you know, concentrating on dark energy, which is witches. You know, these people can be witches that are teaching you how to get rid of your karma of stuff that you can't get rid of. And then you get fresh people that don't know what they're doing, just heard witchcraft, going through a awakening, going through the moon and the Saturn and everything else in retrograde, and retrograde going off, people getting all confused and God knows what else, and I need to do anything I can and try anything in order to get rid of this, and I'll try it and it doesn't matter, I've got to get rid of this and I'll try it. Witchcraft. That is also conjuring up energies. You can't get rid of it. Doesn't matter what you do, where you are, they are in invisible cords. So I don't know if there's anything to do around music for a lot of you that are doing anything music, or like chords, piano, that kind of thing, angel radio. But like I'm also picking up like umbilical cord. Like I need to see, some of you again, you're still like trying to cut a cord to your karma. Good luck. Let me know next year. Come back next year or the year after and tell me if any of that really got rid of it and then you ended up not meeting anybody else where the same scenario happened. You know, spirit will throw a curveball at you, right? If you try to avoid a lesson, you get pulled back into class, basically, right? So if you look at it, you're in a classroom in the sky, as also here. You're in an ultimate reality. A time shift changes by reality of someone else, right? So someone else's time here is very precious and something to do with around a 5 Taurus Sagittarius energy that you could be dealing with. But time shifts alter by someone's time shift work. So when work alters here, this person will get called into the office or something like that. They'll get extra hours, so on and so forth. If you're partnered up with a person, this person changes your time shift. Your time then is worked around other people. Right, so that is also classed as a time shift, right? Because it's shift work. So this stops the hands of fate of people doing what? Which would be manifesting. So you'll be doing any kind of program or whatever it is, right? This is a programmer, computer programmer, knows a lot about computers and stuff like that, and computer programming. Computer, right? But here, I keep picking up that, you know, a time shift of what you go through spiritually is what has altered time to stop you from doing something, right? So, like I always believe that we have a body clock, basically, which we do, an internal body clock. So, which means our intuition and everything else. But I also believe that we have an internal invisible watch that means when your time's up, your time's up. When your luck's run out, your time's up, right? So you could have something to do around a funeral, something like this maybe, right? But that time that is on here, when somebody else alters their life and they get called into the office or they go to work or something like that, they ring you up, they say, oh, sorry, I can't make it, blah, blah, blah. You know, we're going to have to do this another day or something. Oh, that leaves me free in order to do something else that I wasn't going to do originally. That's spirit. All these kind of things, what people miss, they are spirit that does that. A spirit will alter your timeline to direct you away from dark energy. Because it means that, okay, your time's not up yet, you've got loads more work to do, you've got spiritual work to do, you've got life to complete, you've got more of your karma to complete, right, basically. You've got more of your karma to complete, and because you've got more work to do, right, you can't do voodoo. So, because it doesn't work. It means that your ultimate reality of what you believe that you're doing, which you are each day, that goes through your chart, will be altered by another person. Right, so they'll alter your reality, right? So your reality then will go through a time shift where you'll have more time on your hands, right? Retirement, so on and so forth. But when you look at the complexities of actual physical time, you can't alter time, you can't change time, you can't change your karma. So the whole story of what I'm metaphysically picking up for you guys, right, is whoever is doing this, you, someone else or whatever, right? is that the time factor cannot be changed. So you can't avoid your karma, right? You can't avoid personal growth, you can't avoid your karma. Because Spirit will then go, okay, so you think you're going to do all of this to get rid of that person. You think yourself you're going to do all of this to get rid of someone that's annoying. You think that you're going to avoid going into a lesson where we're telling you, you might feel that this is wrong for you, and you've kind of come to the awareness and think, oh, okay, that situation there is bad for me and that is wrong for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is misdirect my energy, Spirit, okay, work out, say, Z girlfriend or boyfriend. Hello, blah, 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 right? I can't make tonight, blah, blah, blah. Why is that? Oh, it's because I'm seeing my girlfriend or my boyfriend, and because their shift is changed, blah, 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 right? So your reality of time is physically changed. So then Spirit will go, okay, so if you're going to avoid that lesson, we'll just throw something else at you where it'll come up in the form of a parent, of a child, of a husband, of a wife, of a decision that you need to make, right? So if it's a little bit too complex, the whole idea of time and illusion and everything else is all built off stuff that you can't avoid, your life, right? So if your life is changed by an ultimate reality, there is nothing that you can do ever to get rid of what you have to learn. 11:11 on the clock, a time shift, portal. That's what 11:11 means, right? So you're going through transition, basically. You're going through a transition. So definitely what's going on with the is it the blood moon and everything else, and Saturn and retrograde, right? So you're going through a transition. Well, you are a mutable sign. So if you're dealing with, like myself, Pisces Sun, Gemini Moon, if you've got a lot of mutable qualities in you, you're going through a time shift, right? So what they're trying to get me to look at is time shifts, right? So shift work. So any of you that are like working and doing stuff like that and you're on shift work, then you're trying to organise your time around your work, right? Organise time around work, okay? So, which means that if you're involved in a person, which you will be, because it would be a person, they're saying that time is going to be changed for you, okay? And you're trying to basically change things up. So you've got a lot of like appointments that you might have to, that have come up. Spirit has changed all this for you, where you've got a lot of appointments that you might now see coming up for you, where you're like, okay, I've got this appointment, I've got that appointment, I've got this appointment, I've got to do this, so on and so forth. Filling up your days and your time and your, I don't know if you have a journal of such that says appointment days and times and blah, blah, blah. If you are, I can kind of see one being wrote out, okay, which is, like I said, it's changing your time reality, right? Which means that Spirit will get all of these energies out the way of it because you have something else to do. So it sounds like that what I'm picking up is that you've got loads to do, boo, okay? So generally, I think the message is there for you, what you've got coming up this week, or even extended over, because I can never really predict a time of stuff. They're saying that there's a lot of time on your hands for a lot of you, so I'm picking up that you might be retired. For a lot of you, could be retired. You can also be feeling very tired. You might even having something to do with the sleep clinic. There's another message for me, sorry Gemini, but the sleep clinic. The sleep clinic, they keep saying Dr. Sleep or Dr. Seep or CPAP. Okay, CPAP. Some of you, I'll just let you know, it's difficult when I channel for my own sign here. If you haven't seen me before, dealing with a Scorpio, for a lot of you, Scorpio, there's the mutable part, I'll just say me, rising. But again, yeah, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. It could be to do with a death, so that could be a funeral that you could have coming up. For a lot of you, you've got a funeral coming up. You've also probably got sleep-ap, they're saying sleep-ap, CPAP. So I'll also let everybody know I have been actually now, after like different what do you call it, being asked to go over to the hospital loads of different times, I've now been accepted for a CPAP. I actually found this video of this person that was talking about weight, and also like physical weight, and also sleep apnea, and how it releases a certain chemical in the body. Because me, I can have like an hour kip because I'm so tired. I can have like an hour sleep, and I can wake up and I'm absolutely starving. Like I am so hungry after having a sleep. But if I hadn't, I wouldn't be. But because when I do, and it's a lot to do with that, of what I'd found out And being able to lose weight is very, very, very difficult when you have sleep apnea, because obviously it's a cycle of bad energy, and I've had this since I was a child, so I've never really had a good night's sleep ever. So obviously it can age you, it can, you know, it can obviously play havoc with my job, which it does, because I can do a lot more when I haven't got this condition. And I think that it will probably enhance my gift in certain ways when I get this looked at, because if my brain is not functioning, then obviously it's going to affect my brain, which would affect my job. So it's causing an effect. They're saying that something is, like I said, it could be around sleep apnea, it could be to do with around your sleep pattern, your cycle of life. For women, I would say that kind of thing, if it is there, that would actually alter your woman's cycle, right? So mood swings and stuff like that. So you might be having mood swings or something like that. Some of you might even be going to a swingers club. I don't know, swingers club. But like, yeah, what else have you got, Gemini? Well, a lot of appointments, a lot of things coming up. Some of it's to do with sleep apnea, something to do with around music. For a lot of you, I do have another Angel Radio coming out if anyone's interested. But music, a lot of appointments. A retired person I'm also picking up here. A retired person. So somebody that is retired potters about the house quite a lot, doing pottery. I'm also hearing potty or potty training, or like the gym, physical like exercise, bike training. Trainer, a retainer, trainer. Very simple messages there for you, Gemini, but that's what I've got for you guys. But very important. I was going to do a video if any of you are interested in this. It's only what, don't shoot the messenger. It's only what my spirit says. If anybody teaches you how to get rid of your karma, which means how do I get out of a third party? How do I get anything out of anything that is very dramatic in my life without physically figuring it out and going through it myself? Right? If I try to avoid and do anything like that, that is also classed as a ritual of such, right? If it is focusing on dark energy, then that is around a cult kind of energy, right? Because it's you're thinking dark energy, right? So when you try to get rid of something that you can't see, you are basically thinking negatively, right? So it's always about keeping a positive, PM, whatever you call it, but positive mental attitude. Okay, so when you're focusing on such negativity that's obviously affecting one's body. Okay, so it's very important that when you're looking at dark energy, if you're looking at dark energy, you're going towards the dark energy, right? Because we go towards the light. I don't want to go into purgatory and everything that I've gone over this so many times, but you're always in the dark. You're always in that 9 energy, right? Because 10 is a completion, 10 is death, 10 is ending. Right, can be, right? So you're always in that Virgo quality of state of mind of being controlled, right? Always, all of us are being controlled by the hands of fate. So when you try to control the hands of time and try to control the hands of destiny, you're basically trying to change time that you can't change, right? Because time isn't there, you can't change it, right? Unless you just get hold of a clock and you turn it back and you go back an hour. But that hasn't changed time. That just means the moon and the sun are in different placements, and then you have where it comes up and go, oh, we've got to put the clocks forward, we've got to put the clocks back. Let's do that. Have I altered time? No. Right? I just, as a human, my experience tells me that it's going to be darker when I get up or lighter when I get up. Right? It still hasn't altered time. So anybody that believes in all that stuff, you can do what you want, but you will never, ever, 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 ever get rid of a dark energy, because you are always in it. Okay, so when you put this in the hands of fate and think, well, they'll just deal with it, it's okay, right? You can be more relaxed, you can go through your karma energy better, because what it does, it promotes your spiritual growth, right? That is personal lesson, personal growth, okay? Personal growth, personal spiritual growth, okay? So, I don't know what this is for, unless it's just... There's something to do around Scorpio for a lot, okay? And Scorpio energy. Personal growth. Pisces, I'm also in Pisces. Oh, Cool. Did you hear my neck crack? Some of you have got a bad back or a bad neck or something like that. Okay, cracking. You might be going to an osteopath. An osteopath, psychopath. You're trying to avoid a. They're saying that you know of quite a few sociopaths here. Sociopath, empath, psychopath, enneapath. What path do you want to choose? 2, Libra. You all got like big energies of 2, is what I can hear. Okay, what path do you want to choose? Pamela. Yeah, this is everybody's empathic, right? If you've been watching tarot, you're definitely an empath, but you know you're learning to be empathic. You're learning what empathy really is. You're learning how difficult an empath really is. Very sensitive. Okay, very emotional. If people get very sensitive and very emotional and they're going through something, that is a reflection of what other people see. Right? It's what other people see. So, Lucy, again, Lucy. There's something to do around a Lucy or Lucifer, Capricorn, but it is also a 6. But there's something going on around, this is what I see. Someone has a immune coil of Capricorn or Gemini maybe, but I'm looking at my ISIS account. Some of you are looking at an ISIS account, like a savings account or an accountant. Some of you are going to see you're an accountant. I've already done my accounts, but you might get word from your accountant if you've handed them in, of some word from your accountancy, which would be income tax. Some of you could be dealing with a 7 or a Cancerian. Okay. Let's see. So external energy for a start. We've changed up your actual readings now. So external energy, things that are going on around your partner, their thoughts and their feelings maybe. Okay. But then a reading for you guys for the week. And then we're going to look into singles, right? And what's coming up for you as a single person, if you are single. But there are also other stories in those too. Okay. The last one really broke down the energy of a metaphysical connection that somebody was in. It was still telling me the person was single, but still trying to get out of it. Okay, that was another reading. And then how your partner, if you're partnered up, thinks and feels about you. Okay. But show me the external energies that are going on around Gemini. So this week, for the first week of... no, sorry. This isn't going to be. So the what's going on around the external energies around Gemini. Somebody rising Venus, Jupiter, North Node. So a child, sweet child of mine, guns and roses, or the name Rosie, but like Rosie and also Jim, James, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine. Okay, anybody that has a child with a person also here. Sweet child of mine, this person is a physical child. It might be something that this child is going through individually. So if you have a mother that's a Gemini, this is your child. Okay, this is your child. So they're going through something. They're very dreamy at the moment, dreaming. Like I said, if this is a Piscean, they're a mutable sign. They're kind of like going through something at the moment. Okay. I'm also hearing taking my first step. Step 1. I'm taking my first step. So this, for some of you, this is a newborn child here. A newborn child taking my first steps. A child suddenly starts to walk. Or some of you individually here are having problem in walking or talking. Well, it might mean that the mother is having a problem with this son not talking to them here, is what I'm hearing. That there's a mother that focuses on this child, but this child is either one, not young enough, not old enough to speak, or is going through something where it's like they're going through a process of not speaking. So externally, you're going through something in a dynamic, maybe a family, where it's around not speaking to a child, or their child is, like I said, I mean, that's obviously if you've got an ex and you've got, like, you know, here. But you can also be watching this as a Capricorn. See if the story is the same in a way. But let's see, Gemini, what's going on externally around Gemini, please. So, wow, clients, children if you've got them, talking to your partner, not talking to a friend. You may have just got word from a friend about something, okay, and they've asked you to make an appointment, and you have. Some energies, this is an appointment that came into you. This is something to do with an appointment, but also a disappointment, like disappointing, like I'm so disappointed in you. I don't know what that is for, like so disappointed. I think it's like a letdown. You let me down. This is an external energy. Somebody has been, you've been feeling that they've been letting you down here. Because when I said hand me down, there is someone that handed something over to somebody, like they handed it over, like information. They handed some sort of paper in, or they handed something over to a person, like a handover, like or Hanover, Hannah, or handover, or from Hanover, or something that sounds like that. Okay, but I'm going to hand you over. I'm going to put you on to somebody. Show me the external energies that are going on around Gemini, please. So your son and your daughter, or both of them, are going through something here. Yeah, there is some kind of news. Like I said, these threes can be like something that was disappointing to you, something that was very disappointing. Okay, like I said, it doesn't have to be a third party, but because you're always in a third party, there's always something that comes up in life that will bring up a three, right? Someone's been bringing up the past quite a lot. Okay, this is where children have been going over towards, like, to see their auntie or uncle, or their other sibling, which would mean like your ex-husband or wife or something, and they've been going over, you know, somebody's been going over and over and over something, like, or just constantly feel as if they've been run over all the time, like backstabbed. Every time do I turn my back, do I always feel as if I've been backstabbed here, stabbed in the back. I know it's only a Three of Swords, but like stabbed in the back. Defaced, this is a frenemy, or so this is a friend but not a friend. Some kind of energy of I'm having to let you down, or I did let you down, or something like that. So externally, friends are kind of seeing you not being bothered. I don't know, like one of them, like there's friends here, but there's a friend specifically here that is seeing that you're not really bothered so much anymore, that you're really not kind of like that interested, and you're not really keeping up with the, you know, hello, how are you today, all of that stuff. Page of Cups. Yeah, wow, more clients. Like these could all be children here. They're friends. There's two pages that don't seem to be speaking. But this Knight of Cups is speaking to somebody. Knight of Cups. Yeah. So, like I said, if you guys are in some kind of like third-party metaphysical weird destruction situation, it feels like that somebody has been talking to another person externally, and this could be the person here, because this person's kind of been left out in the dark and not really been told the truth, and they've just kind of like I said, there's some kind of external energy around a client or a person or someone that was at one point, and they've not been told the truth, which means that this page and this page here has been keeping something quiet and silent and not been told the truth here, is what I'm hearing. And it's caused some kind of like dynamic of click here, because these are very clicky energies. It's been coming up for quite a while, because these can be friends, these can be people that are all anywhere, and it's like, you know, let's not tell what's going on here, because if there's a secret society, or if there's a secret affair or something like that, right, it can mean that. But what I'm picking up, that what's been going on around you externally is people that have been talking amongst themselves here, because these two have been like two children talking to one another about something, right, or two partners that have been talking about their parents or something, right. But basically these can be two people. So what I'm picking up is too many people with a piece of cake, right? So I don't know, it's either over cake or it's over food, or it's like that you've been talking with a partner about. about food, but this can also be, like I said, an external energy where somebody has been talking shit or smack or talking about this energy here, but wasn't told the truth, and that's why this energy is going in a different direction here towards this energy here, which means that it's a let me down. Like, you let me down, you was talking obviously behind my back, you were saying a load of things behind my back, and that you weren't being honest, and you was basically just co-conspiring with these two, saying something about me here, and then I've ended up finding out the truth, maybe from somebody else that started to make this happen, So somebody could have told somebody here something, and they found out some kind of news about, I don't know, a third party, some sort of bad news, a friend could have told you, but anybody about anything is basically that somebody told you something here in confidence here about what was going on here, right? So, you know, this can be, and I'm not saying it is, but this could be like where, you know, a friend told a friend about a friend and said, your partner's seeing someone, or I see your partner with somebody in the street, for instance. It don't have to be that, you know, but that kind of thing, like somebody told somebody in confidence about what these two people had been actually discussing and doing together. They'd been planning or doing something. So you've got that could have happened behind your back. But if you've got a dynamic situation that's been going on around family, these are also two siblings. So like you've got a grown up son and a grown up daughter, or son or daughter, and they're in an individual relationship themselves. They have been talking about something that's been going on at home that has been kind of like annoying each other, which means that why this 3 is here is that the two children that are in relationship here, they've been talking about something that's been going on with their sibling, which would mean their mother or their father or their ex. And then the mother probably does or doesn't know, but then she does that also around her friends that talk about their children, which means that somebody talks about their kids and children's life, about who they're seeing and who they're dating and what they're doing and why they don't include me in their life and why do they not talk to me and everything else. And my kids have basically either one moved out or live here, but they're in a relationship, but they don't include me in it, and they've been saying things about me, but then I have also been saying things about them. So you got us and them, right? So you've got like this very strange, dynamically clicked energy that is come through as frenemies, friends, people, clients, but then also like your children, and then your children are also in, I don't know whether I would call it a clique, it's just the fact that, well, basically, yeah, they've been, I suppose, but it's just causing this. It's just a cycle that, like I said, your karma is proved within these cards and messages of what you can't get out of. One talks about one as one talks about another. But because you do also have like a Capricorn energy, and everyone says Gemini is two-faced because that is the sign of 6, well then so is a Capricorn energy because that is also 6, right? So what you go into is where everybody talks about the karmics and thinking that, yeah, it's the karmic people, right? Where nobody is exempt from your karma, which pretty much what it tells me here is that no matter which way you run or you turn, people end up talking about people, and people do because people talk to people, right? So, you know, you get this energy thrown back at you as a very small karmic lesson of, like, say, a parent really annoys a child, and then the child talks about the parent with their partner, and then the mother talks about their children not speaking to them, to their friends. Y'all see that pattern of what you can't get away from? A mother could start, like, because if you are a mother and you've got kids and it's happening, right? So what I'm hearing is that the mother has been talking to her friends about these two kids in their relationship, and the two kids in the relationship itself have been saying things about the mother, how I don't want her in my interfering in my relationship and into my life because it causes nothing but this. and I'm fed up with being in a drama triangle where I constantly have to tell them, but every time I do, something ends up happening later on where I'm held accountable, which is, we've split up, we've broke up, we've split up, we've broke up, we got back together, we split up, we broke up, we got back together. I wish I hadn't have told you now, because every time I do you constantly ask me if I'm alright? Of course I'm alright. If I wasn't, I would ask you. Then someone starts to question someone's reality. Normally when you ask a person, are you alright? Are you sure you're alright? Are you alright? And they're like, yeah, bruv, I'm not from Groundhog Day. You're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. Right, Groundhog Day, karmic lesson. Are you alright? Yep. You ain't got time for me then? No. That's it, don't speak to me then. I'm just going to go off and tell my friend the fact that you two are not speaking to me and keeping me out of your relationship. You broke up again then? Yeah. What went wrong there? Nothing. It's alright, I'll sort it out. Oh really? No, you don't want to speak to me then? No. Okay, I'll go off to my friend and I'll speak to them that they're not speaking to me. Y'all see a pattern? So basically your whole story so far is around the karmic lesson, right? You understand what I was saying right at the beginning? No matter what you do, whether it be voodoo or whether it be not be voodoo, or what you write down or what you don't do or what you do, you can never, ever, ever get rid of your karma, because spirit will just throw this lesson at you with a mother or with a father or with a friend or with a sibling. You will get conditioned. You will then get terms and conditions of endearment, right? Which means that I don't believe in what you believe in. If we have force, we have an argument, we have a condition. I don't believe in what you believe in. I'm not speaking to you. You're not speaking to me. You speak about me. I speak about you. Karmic lesson. It gets thrown back into a cycle. Thrown into a cement mixer. Gets thrown into a spin cycle. You speak about me. I speak about you. You talk badly about me. I talk badly about you. If it's metaphysical and it was unknown, there's the pattern. Someone was pretty much speaking to something about somebody here, and then basically someone may have found out about it but knew about it anyway, and ended up speaking badly about the other person. So basically, the karmic cycle is basically just been going on and on with people talking shit about people. People, right? Gemini. Just make sure the audio is recording there. I had a little bit of a retrograde moment actually before I turned on the camera. I was turning on the camera and then I would freeze like that, and then it would unfreeze, but I'd be here, and I was just about to record it, and every time I moved I would and I was like, shit, I had to turn this off and everything else to make sure that it wasn't going to be doing that. But yeah, Three of Swords. Three of Swords for the external. Wow. So you really do have this energy of, well, the story, pretty much. You know, for a lot of you, you know, you could have been in a third-party relationship, and some of you are just sticking in there for the kids. I'm not happy in that circumstance. You know, I've been trying to reach out to a person that I haven't spoke to in a while, and I have or haven't yet, but the opportunity has been there, but I may not have done it yet. Okay, I may not have had that courage and strength to physically reach out and speak to this person yet. Other external energies, well, friends, you might have heard a lot of things going on around friends where they've been contacting you, or you've been talking to a few people but not really been talking to a few others either. Yeah. Definitely keep picking up a big energy of mother. Yeah. So that's kind of like your external energy and stuff that's been going on, Gemini. I need just a couple of cards, but let's see what's going on for the first week of June. First week of June for Gemini. First week of June, how do we start it off, Gemini? Wow, again with the Knight of Cups. My knight in shining armour. I have now just decided to actually reach out with somebody again. So, you know, if you are in relationship in the past here and that knight represented you, that is representing you going towards your partner and speaking to them. Okay, it can be children that are actually coming over to visit, or grandchildren that are coming to visit, but I would say you're speaking definitely with a person here. Also speaking to a friend and keeping up talking to a friend. Let's see, Gemini for first week of June. Wow, the old Three of Swords comes out again. Same cards, different deck. Same cards, different deck. Same shit, different day, right, Gemini? Right, so like I said, if your karma is coming up in the appearance of your family, that same thing is pretty much happening again around Stephen. But something is around me also. If this doesn't turn up where it's a metaphysical connection you have with someone and you've been going through this cycle for so long around a third party energy of metaphysical love, that cannot be got rid of. Cannot be got rid of, right? It's down to you to understand a boundary and a lesson in life to cut the person off and say no. Then what do you have to deal with? The energy of frustration that you get through not being able to speak for the person that you're actually designed to cut out. So you are tormented spiritually with a spiritual connection. And what is that? A spiritual connection. An awakening. An awakening. You should have took the red pill, not the blue pill, right? You can't, it's too late. It's too late. There is nothing that you can ever really do to get rid of your karma. You can't get rid of your personal growth. And whatever it is that people believe in to do, right, to get rid of that, you can do it, right? But I only ever really tell people what I've experienced over 13 years, right? Is just that you can never, ever, ever, ever avoid life. Right, you can't avoid life. You have to go through it. Doesn't matter how. No matter how much I try to go out, not to go out, and really not to get in amongst groups of people or whatnot, you get asked to go out to certain things, right, or things that you can't avoid that you end up going to, or a meeting. Even on here, right, I have to earn money, so even on here I get flack. I get things that go on, right. Because I'm in the general public, right? So I have to earn money. So you get flack, you get karmic energy, right? But everybody is karmic, right? Everybody is karmic because I would be the karmic energy for another person, right? So, you know, anyway, I'm going to stop babbling so I can get on with your actual tarot reading. That bit is really just for general purposes of entertainment purposes. If you want to actually support me as a channel and you want to join Patron, now is when they only go to the full access bundle. So through this reading, it goes to the full access bundle on Patron only. But through that, obviously, you got your monthly, the other monthly, a back catalogue of readings. Then you're going to get 4 weeklies also. But this week, what we're going to do is a reading here for you. Then we're going to look at singles. So if you're single, but then whatever story also comes up through singles. And then we're going to look at also how your partner thinks and feels about you, what they're thinking about you, what they're feeling about you. But whatever story comes out through those different kind of readings is what I'm going to give each. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But if you're a part of Patron, they're going to change each week, and I'll do something different. But we'll see how the story goes when you're over there, if you are. Okay, but you can find the link provided below for the video that explains it all. Another videos all over the place, man. On the discussion page, Angel Radio, music, another channel, loads of different stuff, email, personal readings. It's all below. Thanks very much, Gemini, and I'll hopefully see you on the other side.